Hello everyone, it's Funbot28 here, and I am back with another Xayah video once more, and this time discussing the recent tier shifts that occurred for the October usage stats, and I'm joined again by Durza and Xayah. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
And we have another guest, if they want to introduce himself.
I'm Aaron Boyer, and I am a Xayah council member. Oh no, what else to say about other than
No,
that?
that's good enough. That's good enough. Anyways,
Okay.
so let's talk about the usage stats. We had a lot of changes. One of the big ones I'm sure Xayah is pretty happy about, with Road and Frost leaving the tier. Probably the best.
I'm also very happy.
Yeah.
Same.
A lot of people were.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, you don't get to say that you were anti-Vandal.
You said that you wanted to flip a table if it got banned.
It was a different meta then. I'm very happy that it's banned now.
If anything, it
with
got
time,
better.
with time, my opinion changed.
Mhm.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we can talk about Road and Frost.
Yeah, like I
if
think
you
that's the biggest impact I think the stats brought to us.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Road and Frost has been our sole S rank for. Well, I mean, it technically wasn't our only S rank last month because we had Stoutland.
Yeah.
But before that, it had been our only S rank for half a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was by far the best Pokemon we had. It offered so much for a team. It was an excellent offensive Pokemon with either Scarf or Z-move. It provided momentum. It had a place for utility move like Trick, Defog, Pain Split.
Like even when Stoutland was in the tier, I still think that Road and Frost was a better Pokemon. But
Yeah.
Stoutland was just broken. Stoutland was broken, but I think that Rotom was a better Pokemon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, more splashable. And that's it. We mentioned it in the previous video, but again, to reiterate, I think the biggest concern with Road and Frost really is just the amount of momentum it could kind of gain, because all the Volt switch-ins all got hit hard by Blizzard. Think Golem, think...
Yes.
Besides niche stuff, like we already talked about Seeking, our best friend, but we won't be seeing that used anymore, I hope.
Going all the way down, and I'm so happy.
But
I
yeah.
think we'll see a drop in Chinchou usage too.
Yeah, that too. That's
Chinchou was just bad Seeking anyway.
and already Seeking was
I actually think we may see Chinchou rise in usage because of Swanna.
Oh, that's true.
yeah, okay, we'll get to that, yeah.
But we'll get to that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're all happy, right? That Road and Frost left, more or less.
Pretty much, yeah.
The four of us are. There are certain people that aren't. Like Frosty is really not happy that it's gone. Because, I mean, Road and Frost was in some ways a stabilizing factor because it influenced the meta so much that it restricted building to a point that we could use the same teams for 8 months and we wouldn't really suffer.
Yeah.
That's stabilizing factors. What people who wanted to keep it use as an excuse for keeping a broken mon in the tier.
Yeah.
But
Like broken check broken type of thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we've seen in several different metas outside of ZU that having to centralize or just one centralized Pokemon at the very top can lead to a not so fun tier that just gets really bad over time.
Yeah.
And I think now, like, it's gonna open up the kind of pool of viable Choice Scarf users, because before, like, you could have your 5 mons on your team and just slap on a Choice Scarf Road and Frost and be done with, really. And it was kind of, while it was good, it kind of, like, was that limiting factor, really. And now I'm pretty interested in seeing, like, what other options could be run, not just always use the best option,
I actually noticed that on building for this meta, where you can't just slap on a Choice Scarf Road and Frost. And you actually have to think about your last mon now, instead of just rooting at Road and Frost every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess to move on...
Yeah, the other big rises.
Yeah.
There was one other big rise. The Ninetales is kind of bad.
Lurantis? Hello?
Yeah.
Lurantis, yeah, exactly. I said one more big rise.
Honestly,
Lurantis is massive.
I'm so sad about Lurantis.
I'm happy as hell. That mon was broken as fuck.
I love Lurantis. It was so good. It was so healthy.
It's my one of my favorite defoggers. But yeah,
Well,
that's probably my favorite.
Yes, but Lurantis going, I don't know. It feels like grass types right now are flourishing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but none of them
Sneasel, for example,
destroy
is
fat.
amazing.
None of them destroy fat like Lurantis did.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's true. and maybe it would have been a healthy factor in this meta. I mean, Lumentis wasn't broken, right?
It was not broken. But
No.
No, it was just annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very possible to do, especially for
I
the
think
Frost.
it was very healthy. I think it was very healthy.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think with it gone, we open up some interesting stuff, like fat stuff becoming a lot better.
We're gonna get to fat stuff, yeah.
We're gonna get to fat stuff. Yeah, it's fat stuff got a lot better this shit.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, I think we need to do something about that personally.
I don't think so. I'll get to that. I'll get to that because that's actually a big argument I've seen. But yeah, Lurantis was just a really good, was a good defogger, was a good setup sweeper of Leaf Storm superpower.
I'm gonna start using Servine.
Yeah, I'm
interested in that.
I was gonna say that Servine's like somewhat of a direct replacement. There's absolutely no direct replacement for them, but like, you could try out Servine. It doesn't get superpower, but it gets a few more utility options, and it has a higher space speed tier to begin with. So.
Yeah, I mean, it gets still
Servine
default.
might be good. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
But I think the low PP on its only good move is kind of a problem.
But I did.
So you can afford to run like HB Ice for Altaria and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's true. But like when you're trying to use Servine to break apart stall, you're gonna run out of leaf stores for Pyukamuku dice.
Yeah.
But that would have been another
And you
interesting
can't really
thing.
run a Z or anything because you're running Eviolite.
But like, let's say Florentis stayed, and then we're gonna get to Altaria dropping. But I think that would have been a nice, like, kind of direct counter because it does have access to stuff like haze that kind of haze away the boost as well. So that would have been interesting. But yeah, do you see stuff like Oricorio and like Silvally Poison dropping in the usage now that Florentis left, or?
Sorry, what do we see dropping? Oricorio. No. I don't think Oricorio is ever necessarily dropping all that much.
I do.
I haven't seen it much recently. Maybe it will.
Look, so the reason that Oricorio was being used primarily was for its ability to deal with things like Lurantis, but as well as not having Rotom Frost just switch into it for free. That's the reason I was using it over a Pom Pom, was because Rotom can just switch into that 100% of the time just for free, unpunished, because it resists both the stats, but because it's not really as useful defensively and offensively with its 4x rock weakness, even though we got a lot of good hazard control with like Swanna and Kamala and Altaria. That, I mean, it could still be used, but just the fire flying combination isn't as good as it used to be. It's like Swanna is annoying for it. I'd rather run Pom Pom for it.
Yeah.
Like like flying resists are kind of hard to find nowadays. And like, I'm really, actually, when we get to the topic of Swanna, I'm really interested in it because I think it's going to be very good. But Silvally Poison, on the other hand, I think it has a lot of potential in stall breaking. I know I talked to Xayah about this a little bit, but it's immune to soak.
There's a much better
it's
stall
true,
breaker, and I want to get to it.
But it doesn't, so Xayah's talking about Kamala.
I love that one.
Okay, we'll talk to Kamala.
But I wanted to mention, in contrary to like the Volley seeing less usage, and also talking about Rotom being gone and needing flying resist, I would expect that Stallbreaker Oricorio Pump is going to see a rise, and I'm a big fan of Oricorio Pump.
I agree.
Yeah, I can see it being used more.
Both the Toxic set and the Calm Mind Taunt set. Both of those sets I think are just going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, just a Rotom leaving, that's already
So you want to talk about the last rise? Because we haven't really touched it yet.
No, not really. Last rise is Ninetales from here to R.
Yeah, RU took it because drop Ninetales is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, they it actually might get banned.
It would be so stupid if it gets banned after one month.
It's so ironic.
It actually has no switch-ins. It's ridiculous.
Wait,
but that's
if they ban it, we can't get it.
Exactly.
If they ban Ninetales instead of drop,
okay, so no, what they would do is they would. So right now, RU is ignoring sensitivity of the drought ban.
But
so
why?
drought is banned in every single lower tier except for RU, just because they feel like it's healthy. And I would have agreed in the past metagame, but right now it's it has just very little stopping it right now, and that's because of drought breaking it.
Yeah, it
But-
doesn't.
Like even like switch it, like things like Dragalge has like, which would normally be a switch in, right? Because it resists
Like Psyshock.
beam. It's Psyshock and Noivern and Tyrantrum just die to HP ice. It's just so good right now.
Okay,
But-
but in ZU,
Exactly. That's good.
Ninetales was underrated.
I did not like it. I thought it was just
I-
bad Rapidash.
I preferred, I really preferred
Are you
Rapidash.
sure? No.
No, I love it.
was during OM Snake. I was thinking about what to bring, specifically against Durza's team with Finchinator when we had to face Kushalas. And I stumbled upon Ninetales and I was like doing some calcs, and I realized Grassium Z Ninetales breaks everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you ran into Flareon.
That's true.
Except for Flareon.
Except for
But
that.
I don't know how you predicted Ninetales because I never used it in the past. But okay. Either way, we still won the game. So.
You lucked. You hit Thunderbolt on a choke.
I used Specs Ninetales Wizard in game 1, round 1 of my series for seasonal, and it did pretty well. I mean, it was not overly great, but it definitely has some defining features other than just being like a special attacking rapid. There's definitely
No, it
like
definitely.
its coverage moves are just absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, Subnostiplot is my personal favorite set, and that's also what, like, Durza says we ran into Flareon. Well, yeah, Flareon also could not touch Ninetales. Because you just sub up and it can't Toxicate, can't level up a little bit because of Flash Fire.
Okay. Yeah.
Subnostiplot, it breaks a lot. Especially with a Z move. I liked it, pre-shift, but that one's gone. And honestly, that's not gonna have any impact on the meta.
No, I don't see it.
I think one huge effect on the meta is that PU has no fire types by usage, and we are losing our fire type slowly but surely.
Okay. That's not an effect on our meta directly, but because RU took Ninetales, PU is gonna use Rapidash and Combuskin, I guess.
Or in
No,
like,
fair
I
enough.
think they're also considering using Semis here, but I'm just saying that a lasting effect, like, it trickles down.
Yeah.
No,
It's
for
what
sure.
happened with Aura, CU, and fighting types. We had like so few fighting types. I just thought that was something I should mention.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it makes sense.
something that might happen. We already have no fighting types, though, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it for the rises, I think.
Yeah. So if we want to start with drops, I know you're dying to talk about Xayah, but we'll start off with talking about Kamala. Like, what do you guys
Well,
thought?
no, we should start with Zangoose, because that's...
Okay, yeah, it's true.
Zangoose is an anomaly, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Zangoose broke 2 records in ZU in the first 8 hours of it joining. It was both the fastest ban ever and the only unanimous vote to ban something ever in ZU.
Wow.
You call it ZU, it's ZU.
No,
Oh my
okay, no,
God.
we went through this last video. We're not gonna get into it again.
Again, really? Okay.
Yes.
Not even Frosty voted for it to stay.
Yeah, because Zangoose has different checks for its Toxic Orb set and its Belly Drum set. Like,
Well,
because, like...
It doesn't have checks for
They
either.
have no checks.
But-
They had no checks.
Toxic
Like-
Boost, Toxic Orb broke the entire meta, and Belly Drum Quick Attack swept the entire meta.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing we had for it, and we have been talking about it for a while because we've been looking at user chat for PU for what's gonna drop for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
We noticed Zangoose, and everyone's already been saying that thing has gotta go. So it dropped, and I just immediately made a post. We're council voting on this. 8 hours later, we have 8 ban votes from the council.
It would have been
It's gone.
earlier, but I couldn't ban it earlier at a principal.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting threat, to say the least.
Yeah, there's not much to say on it. It was just
broken, yeah.
worthy.
Yeah. And now to move on to the other normal type wall breaker, Kamala.
Yes,
I'll let
love
you.
this. In the past 2 days, Kamala has gone from a Pokemon I barely care about to my favorite Pokemon of all.
Oh my god.
I love this Pokemon. It is so insanely strong for a meta, and it's not something I expected at all. 115 attack, I did not realize it had that. But 115 attack breaks everything apart.
We realized this when I tried to switch in my Poniard into into his choice band Kamal, and it just died from 70 with return.
Wow.
Well, I don't think I've clicked EQ once yet with the Mon, because you don't need to. The steel types die anyway. Right?
Yeah.
And then it has knockoff for bronze. Like, it's just coverage is perfect almost in a sense.
Kamala's move pool is what I say. I call it. It has everything it needs and then nothing else.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a
It has return, EQ, U-turn, rapid spin, knockoff, wish,
Woodhammer.
Woodhammer.
and woodhammer, and that's basically it. That's basically its entire move pool, right there.
No, it has like play rough.
Sucker punch.
Yeah, it has a few other moves. Obviously,
Did you mention SD?
It gets sucker punch.
Yeah, I said sucker.
Oh.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But still, it gets so many moves. Like it has pretty bad full move slot. Like,
Yeah.
It wants to run spin, it wants to run U-turn, it wants to run sucker punch, wants to run turn,
I
wants
would
to run
argue
hammer,
this
wants
is
to run play rough.
The choice band doesn't have full moveset syndrome. It just runs.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Return EQ, U-turn, knockoff.
Yeah, it does not want to spin.
You don't have any switches to it. Assault Vest probably runs rapid spin over earthquake, and then you have the wish set, which runs knockoff, rapid spin, wish and protect. And this mon is so incredibly versatile. I am arguing that it's the best of our drops, outside of Zangoose.
I would.
No.
I would say.
I think it's
be-
better than Float Soul.
For me, it's a
think that Floatzel
tie.
and Swan are better than it.
I think Floatzel, it's a tie with
I
Floatzel.
definitely don't think Swana.
Swan
Let
is
me-
so good. I will explain why.
I know
Okay.
why Swana's good, but it's not better than Kamala.
Yeah. Okay.
Kamala has 3 sets that it does amazingly well. It has 2 more sets that it does excellent with Spin Death, Bulk Up, and Swords Dance variants. It is probably our best stall breaker now because it cannot because it can be toxic. You can
Yeah, we
comatose,
should mention its
and
ability.
you can't even suppress comatose with gastro acid from Pyukamuku.
It
Frosty and Diagnostic
it doesn't
work.
break it.
Yeah,
doesn't
Frosty
break
and Diagnostic were using that for a while, and then I checked because I thought it worked like that. It doesn't suppress it, so you can never toxic it no matter what. Jolly Choice Band Komala just 2-hit KOs Pyukamuku after rocks. So
Yeah, but you get one down like crazy.
by what?
On stall, probably not much.
No, on stall it can't really
What
deal.
recoil?
Hazards. Woodhammer?
You don't never click Woodhammer on Band Komala. Return 2-hit KOs Pyukamuku. You don't care about clicking
Oh,
Woodhammer.
does it? Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I
And
think
That's
so.
so strong.
The only problem, like, in hazards, Stall has a really hard time keeping up hazards because it has to defox things away because it hates hazard more than its opponent does.
Well, now
So,
Kamala will function well on stalls or wish passes. That can
That's what
spin
I've been using, yeah. With rapid spin, it's really good.
It might. Okay, but
Yeah.
Kamala gets broken by Kamala, right?
Yeah.
But you knock off the war guys that you wear down with U-turn, and once it's gone, you start spamming return and you win the game. Stall has nothing for it. Nothing real, right?
I guess not.
Yeah.
This mon is so damn good, and Union Kabosh has been saying it's deadweight versus offense.
Yeah.
That's just not true.
That's
It's
just
not true.
false.
No.
Because one of the
Especially the assault vest set. The assault vest set is very good versus all.
Or set with sucker
But
punch.
even bad just gets a KO if it gets in on something that's slow.
You even
right?
run sucker punch and usually pick off KOs from there too.
Yeah, I mean, the game against Durza, where he said, like, his pawn your died from that was versus offense.
I've actually been interested in Z move sets too. That's something I need to toy around with a bit more. But...
Yeah.
My Marini offense.
I mean, Marini can fit on offense. Marini could fit on everything.
Marini Gaussian.
But my favorite thing about Kamala is that it has set diversity, and like when you like see it from team preview, you can sort of kind of guess what set it is, but not really. And I think that's probably the best part. Once you reveal the item and like reveal what set you are, it's kind of too late because it's already got like the snowball rolling. Like either like if it's like getting 2-hit KOs on moms, like Pyukumuku with like choice band, or English or removing entry hazards.
Yes, U-turn, it gets U-turn for whatever reason, but it keeps momentum, which is so important for Mon. Like, it's like, it offers that which...
Because it forces switch outs. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Something that's really funny about this Pokemon, Komala is asleep, right? So it destroys your entire team, and it doesn't even open its eyes.
That's another set, actually. Sleep Talk with Last Resort. That must be fun.
No, it's not a set.
No.
Please, I tried to avoid mentioning it. It is horrible.
I had to.
It is so bad.
It's a meme. It's not horrible.
It's a meme. Exactly. It is horrible. Let's be honest. Like,
Memes don't have to be horrible.
no, but this one is.
This one is. I think it's
Okay,
kind of bad.
Spooked in.
I would like to point out that in also not just Kamala itself being good, but the meta is around it is also favorable for it, because the Monferno and Somali fighting have went down. I would imagine they'll go down in viability due to things like the influx of Swanna and Altaria and Gorgar Super.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. With more fighting checks, it becomes harder to answer Kamala with fighting tactics. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to like rely on fighting coverage, but like on like mons like Floatzel, but like even if that's Focus Blast, Assault Vest can eat like one, or it can just miss,
I'm in
or
the count right now,
Focus
but
Punch.
there's a good chance that non-life orb Floatzel can't even Oko Kamala with Focus Blast.
I doubt it, yeah.
That's crazy.
I feel like special Lotzel's bad, but
It's not.
we'll
it's not
talk about
terrible.
that. Actually, we should probably move on to that. We've been on Kamala. For a
Yeah,
while
that's
now.
it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
we
Focus Blast.
Let's
Focus
make
Blast does.
Cap's
No,
video.
wait, this is my
Cap's
fault.
video Kamala.
And that's a good thing. Focus Blast from Special Floatzel without Life Orb does not Oko Kamala.
Crazy.
Without any investment.
Without an Assault Vest, wow.
Yeah. Here, I'll send you the calc. 0-0 Kamala just doesn't die. Like,
Wow. Anyways, okay, so let's move on to Floatzel.
yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, I want to start off by saying that this is like the speed tier that we needed, because most of ZU in like past metas, our speed tiers have been like relied on choice scarfers and non-choice scarfers, and our non-choice scarfers usually don't exceed like 100 or something. But like having this like 115 non-scarf is super fast. It's so great. It really meshes with meta, I think.
Yeah. I
Speed
think
tier is so important.
Floatzel outspeed Scar for Womishno
Wow.
by 1 point.
Yeah.
That's its speed tier. And that's just nice, right? It forces teams to... It essentially says that the Seju's general speed has to go up now.
Uh-huh.
You can't stay as slow as you used to, because you will get run over by a Floatzel. Because it's very threatening.
Yeah.
With a multitude of sets, both special and physical, Z move, taunt, bulk up, specs, band are all good sets.
Even mixed.
Its biggest weakness is lack of coverage and its frailty.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't
I
really
wouldn't-
matter if you're just like using your speed and decently high base stats or attacking stats to like pick off thing after thing after thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't quite necessarily matter. It also has quite a few utility options that break stall also, such as switcheroo and taunt, which is kind of cool.
And just
Yeah.
being
Water Veil.
being immune to burn.
Yeah, it allows it to one
Veil,
on
yeah.
and not risk Scald burns, which is really cool.
Does it actually want from Marina? How much does it take from Scald? Like, and how much does Marini take from it?
Depending the
I
set.
would imagine like it'll take 25%, probably. I don't know.
For Marini? Oh.
Because like Floatzel has fucking 85-50 bulk. That's so weak.
Not quite for sure.
I guess it's not bad, but Scald was like 14%. That's pretty good.
But still,
okay,
not
don't
getting
want you
burned.
on it.
Not getting burned is important.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
But I think, like you mentioned before, that there's not really a lot of like current scarfers on Alphas that could threaten it out. They could usually get 1 or 2 hits in before it's forced out. So, and just like the set versatility, like going in, you really need to scout for Floatzel set before, like, you know, playing comfortably around it. So I think that's why it's like considered a major threat right now, and probably one of the best drops.
I haven't tried this out yet, and it was kind of bad in previous metas, or recent previous metas, but do you think Floatzel helps Rain offense any? I'd imagine, like,
for sure.
It helps. It revives the playstyle, essentially, because we had no physical abusers due to Polyrath leaving and Kabutops getting banned.
Yeah.
Floatzel definitely fills that void.
Yeah, I think so too. I would imagine it's pretty good.
It's very welcome for Rain offense. Obviously, it can get burned when you run Swift Swim. So that is a thing. But otherwise, it's definitely Rain's best physical abuser.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so
I have to try it out. I haven't tried it out quite yet.
So moving on from Floatzel, we'll talk about, I guess, the other water type offensive threat that dropped in Swanna. Durza, I think you said you wanted to give some comments on that?
Yeah.
Once again, this is another... Oh, go ahead.
It has perfect coverage between water and flying. Not a single Pokemon besides Chinchou resists it. And it's so powerful with Z-Move, with Z-Hurricane, and it can fish for Scald Burns, it works on Rain, it defogs and has reliable recovery. It's just so good. Like, I'm really excited with it, and it's like defensive typing is very good as well. So it just works well. And it can also run Star sets and mixed sets, and Z Mirror Move is a very possible set with it, that with Brave Bird and Liquidation. Like, it has a lot of potential.
And it's speed tier as well.
I agree. But I think an issue is Floatzel's existence. And that sounds weird, because Floatzel doesn't actually do that much to Swanna. But Floatzel essentially forces offensive teams to run Scarf electric types, because they are offense's best tool to deal with it. And Swanna does not exactly like Scarf electric types.
That could still be played around with teammates. I don't know. I wouldn't really necessarily compare the two, other than the fact that they're fast water types. Because
I'm not comparing the two. I'm saying that Floatzel's influence on the meta is bad for Swanna.
Yeah. I like that it can go physical and special. Once again, you see that between Floatzel, you see that between Swanna. And then Swanna also has defog, which we could always use another defogger. That's just always helpful. It has reliable recovery and roost. Yeah, it's just a really solid pick right now. Probably my favorite set's a bit of a meme set, but I like C-Mirror. I think that's a really cool set. It's like a dual stab and Liquidation, Brave Bird, and then Aqua Jet. That's probably my favorite set, even though I know it's not nearly as good as like special Life Orb or special Flying AMZ.
I mean, it's attack stat and special attack stat are the same.
Yeah.
And like outspeeding, what is it? I think it has 98 speed, so it outspeeds the Silvally and below. It's like, it's really good for it, yeah.
It's a good speeder. It's a solid one. I really want to see where this goes. Also, I want to just ask if any PU players are watching this, stop giving us your A ranks.
Hello.
I know. Give us,
you keep doing this?
Please. Give us Clef.
Oh my, no, we don't want that.
I need to explain something, because they're good PU-mons that are like AA rank, but they're like not good on ladder, and they're really good in like high level tournament play. We got Lycanroc, which up until recently wasn't that good on ladder. We got Clefairy at one point. We got Altaria when it was A. We got Jinx when it was A. We got Caracosta when it was A. There's just things that are like better in high level tournament play because they're like more balanced.
Exactly.
It's not something like you could just spam, or like it takes a good player to use those kind of mons at, and they deserve the ranks at where they were in PU, but yeah, there's not many people use them on ladder.
I mean,
every players are stopping laddering in like a lot of tiers because like it's ladder.
It's a weird relationship.
Okay, sure, but every major shift since January, right? January, April, July, and now October, we have gotten an A rank from PU every time.
And we've also lost like really good mons.
We got Altaria, then we got Swanna, then we got Kabutops, and now we got Swanna again.
Kabutops it's right now being considered for A-. No, that wasn't.
It is A-. I checked.
It is a 9
yesterday.
I might, yeah, we
Yeah,
had.
well, we got Jinx. Remember, we got Jinx.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, Jinx.
Oh right,
And
we
then-
got Jinx in April. My bad, not Swanna.
But it's
We got
funny-
Swanna we got in January. Yeah, we got Swanna in January, in April. Yeah.
Jinx was in July.
No, Jinx was in April.
I voted on Jinx.
Yeah, I did too.
Dang.
I don't quite remember.
But anyways, it's kind of funny how.
No, I am sure Jinx was in
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
April. I'm gonna check right now because I will not do that.
Well, you
Because
do that.
I thought I voted on it. And I wasn't on council in April.
April
Yeah.
19th, 2018. Is that your council vote on a quick ban for ban?
Well, while we wait on this, why don't we discuss the next month?
Yeah. Altaria?
What one do we have? What months do we have left?
we have Gore
Let's
guys.
talk about Pukamuku. I'm gonna talk about.
Oh, I
Oh,
have a
yeah.
lot to say.
The new
I'm gonna
face
leave
of
for that.
Stall. Oh my god, the new face of Stall. I'm so glad for it to be back. I mean, I don't really like that Stall is this dominant. Back when we had Pukamuku a couple like 6 months ago, Stall wasn't nearly as dominant. But now that Rotom is gone and Lurantis being gone is huge for Pukamuku.
Mhm.
Okay, real quick, I want to say, Lurantis being gone, yes, on surface it seems good for Stall, but back when we last had Pukamuku, no one was using Lurantis.
Mm.
That's true.
And another
In
thing to bring up.
comparison to that meta, Lurantis being gone doesn't actually matter any.
I think it doesn't matter now so quite as much because we would have gotten Altaria
Exactly, yeah.
also at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, to bring it back, I think Pukamuku just really brought Stall back to life once more, and a lot of people are even considering it to be like polarizing in a sense, where like nothing could really break through it, which I disagree and agree with. Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
It's. I'm gonna say that is straight up not true.
It's not true. I wouldn't say it's true just because like you have to change the way like your mindset and like how team building works.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
No,
Stall
that's-
because when Stall becomes like one of the new better playstyles, Stall has never been this good in ZU.
No.
You have to start prepping for it, and you have to start thinking differently from the team builder. How do I be such and such on Stall?
Exactly.
If I had to make
Yeah.
That we have been dealing with essentially a stallless meta for months. And we just, as a community, now need to collectively reevaluate how we are building.
Mhm.
Because stall exists again, right? And that seems unhealthy at first, but this is a playstyle, not a mon.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy.
This is
with
not
that.
I mean,
just
Pukamuku-
Pukamuku. This is stall as a playstyle in general.
Yeah. Pukamuku defines Stall.
I mean, I don't think like people say
Yeah.
it's a bad thing, but I think bringing more diversity in terms of playstyles brings nothing but
Makes
good.
Stall so good right now.
Yeah.
And as much as I tend to disagree with Alicat, she actually has a point about stall because she's a stall player. That says like many people that are currently using arguments against stall as a playstyle, they are the same arguments I can use against offense, and they're just as dumb.
That's true. I think yeah, just people aren't like used to prepping for defensive teams really, and just like bringing that into their mindset and bringing that into their team building. It's hard to break, but it is breakable at the same time. So
It is absolutely breakable. And look, I'm not blind, okay? I know stall is really strong right now. Stall actually becomes a problem. The idea of suspecting Pukamuku is not out of the question, but not right now.
no.
It is absolutely not on the level where it is necessary yet.
And okay, I guess to kind of keep things going with stall, another kind of drop that kind of helped increase its viability is with Altaria, adding a new defogger, and just in general, what I really like about it is how it could absorb status so well with its ability, and it's just like really nice.
Yeah, the thing about Altaria that's actually really interesting that I've been seeing a lot of this meta. We got Kamala, we got Altaria, and we got Swanna. We got 3 new hazard removers, and this means that Silvally is not on every team anymore.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that a lot. I am very happy we got Altaria back because we had it. It rose in March, and now we have it back again. I'm happy because it's a good mon. Defensive dragons are very welcome. It's especially defensive as a check to Swanna, which is nice. Floatzel is going to kill it with Ice Punch, unfortunately, but in general I like it a lot, and I think it's a very welcome re-addition to the meta.
One thing I want to toy around with is offensive sets. Let's say Dragon Dance with Z move, but
they're not.
It's kind of weak. It only has like big 70 attack.
Its attack stats are so low.
So yeah.
And it doesn't get physical fire move. I wish it got that.
Yeah,
otherwise,
that's
it's
true.
kind of cool.
It has 70 attack and 70 special attack.
Yeah, it's pretty mediocre.
That's really low. The only viable setup set is, I think, might be defensive Dragon Dance, where you just wait until you have +6 and then you kill things.
But even then, like, you're not gonna get your KOs that you want to off that, like, low
It's gonna take too long. I think just run defensive sets.
Alright.
And there might only be one left, right?
I think so.
Gorgeist
Super. Another Stallman.
I mean, you can say it's another Stallman, or you can say it's a Gorgeist Large with 5 extra HP, which I think is more appropriate.
Yeah. I don't know.
We had Gorgeist Large. This does the thing slightly better.
Yeah, really.
But it's a Kamala wall. It walls Kamala because it runs Combo Berry, so knockoff doesn't do that much.
Still, not being able to burn it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's a better Gorgeist Large. It's going to be relevant because it's nice, because Gorgeist Large would have been nice right now.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not super exciting, but it's fun to have.
No, definitely having another.
We don't have to feel like we're just being knockoff to you now, right?
Yeah.
We have the super one.
And we finally have a decent spin blocker that has access to reliable recovery.
Yeah.
I mean, Gorgeist Large did that to begin with, but now it's more important that we have Kamala.
Yeah, exactly. Like, realistically, if we didn't get super here, we would have, every team that now uses super would have just used Large.
Yeah, because you need your Kamala answer.
Yes, that. Also, notably, Large is actually faster than Kamala, so if you want to run max speed, you can.
Oh my god, don't.
But okay, so I think we finished discussing all the rise and drops. Are there any like general meta trends that you guys see?
Yes. No, not a meta trend, but something I want to say in general. We are undergoing the biggest shift in SMZU yet, right? There has not been a bigger shift. Rotom Frost leaving and Stall coming back at the same time is massive, and I understand that it's gonna be hard to adapt to this situation. But I want to ask you to not jump to conclusions with things that are broken. As of right now, I believe this to be one of the healthiest states that you has ever been in. I could very well be wrong. And yes,
I disagree to some point, yeah.
If something ends up being broken, we will suspect it. We are keeping our eyes open as a council. But
absolutely,
we cannot jump to conclusions regarding things that are broken. This goes for everything. This goes for Pyukamuka, this goes for Floatzel, this goes for Kamala, this goes for Swanna, this goes for Vigoroth. All those things people have already been bringing up as broken. The meta has been alive for 2 days. Can we try, as a community, to just try and build around these?
Because I think people are
Yes, we banned Zangoose in 8 hours,
Yeah.
but that is an exception. We're not doing it again. So please, give it some time.
I think people are jumping on the Zangoose train, but yeah, like you said, it's still kind of...
my biggest worry in the current meta is Vigoroth, like you said. That's one of the things that we're possibly looking at for suspect testing. I think if we had to define a new S rank, which is something we're all looking like right now, what's going to be the new S rank, I think Vigoroth would probably be up there, like the most likely Pokemon to get S rank. I think it's super threatening with bulk up, and I think if I had to pick something to either to suspect or S rank, I'd pick Vigoroth.
I can see
it's really, really threatening, and it breaks stall. It's very good. It doesn't have that much usage, but hopefully with the new shifts, and then the new, like, completely new metagame, things will turn around for it. Also, Home Plus Mega Kick Vigoroth is the best set ever.
Wow.
No, guys, don't take it seriously. That's a meme used against Megazord. So
It was great. Oh my god.
don't use that set. Yeah, other than that, I don't have much to say other than Kamala is the best Pokemon that ever lived, and I'm really happy we have it.
Do you mind if we bring up the topic of what you guys think is S rank? I don't
Oh
need to
no, I
extend the
can
video.
say what I think is S rank. Nothing.
Nothing.
I think it's still too early.
S rank Pokemon. I think the best Pokemon in our meta, I have to see. But right now, I really want it to be Kamala, but it's probably not.
I think it's still too early.
No, the Pokemon that I see going to S rank most likely, because of what I've been seeing in the community opinion, is Floatzel. I don't personally think it's S rank, and I would not vote for it to go there. But based on what I've been hearing from the people that I've been talking to, is that Floatzel will most likely end up there, if we really want an S rank.
I like it. We don't have to have an S rank. That's not something that's forced upon us. But Floatzel's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's S either right now. I'd say it's really good at what it does. But I think it's still like A+-ish. A+-ish. Yeah.
No, I think it's still early, too early to tell. But like you said before, probably Vigoroth.
Oh, absolutely.
Vigoroth is
again. The metagame's only been out for 2 days.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's been literally 2 days. Like 24 hours, or 48 hours ago, we still had Zangoose.
Just imagine that.
Right? This meta is super young, and there's so many places to go. But with so many super versatile mons, from Kamala to Swanna to Altera, well not Altera, to Floatzel, this meta has a lot of places to go. I encourage you to use Pokemon that previously weren't good. Like, I saw 5gen using Simisage, and that is good now. Like, it's actually really good.
And this is how things such as Orangus got started.
Yeah, exactly. Use things that are underrated, that you consider to be underrated.
What?
Get some replays, toss it on the forums, and spark some discussion. I really want to see what people cook up in this meta, because I think there's a lot of potential.
Same. I just think with the Rotom Frost leaving in general, it just removes a huge strain, and I'm looking forward to the creativity that could be found.
Yeah.
I also think the seasonal is going to be a great indicator.
Yeah, for sure.
What's actually going to be good? What have we overhyped?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I mean, I'm going to be spamming Kamala every single game this season.
Well, now it's going to be easy to see, team.
Every single game, and you are not going to beat it because it's not beat.
Okay, so but I think besides...
That's a joke. I'm actually not going to use it every game, it's not be idiotic.
I mean, you can, but... I guess besides that, we covered everything we really wanted to discuss, so hopefully we could do another video down the line, discussing how the meta...
maybe in a month or so,
once
this meta has settled, we can look at what's happening then.
Yeah, exactly. But for now, it's I'm really excited, and can't wait to see what Xayah has in store for later on.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining, guys, and we'll...
Thanks for having me.
We'll see if we could organize something again later on to see how the metagame developed and all that jazz. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye-bye.